safe area.
It's Agent Shadow here. Welcome to Shadow Gaming, the channel for Division 2 only content. Subscribe, like, and comment if you would please. I do love to engage with my community, and some conversations in my last comment section led to this video being made. Even though all your favorite Division 2 creators on this platform will be waiting until tomorrow to release all their thoughts and opinions on Title Update 9 and its fully revealed patch notes, which I'll be doing as well, today I wanted to start off the discussion about the M1A nerf and what it does for build diversity. I understand that the M1A build is coveted as something players do not want nerfed or even tuned down maybe, but from my perspective, it should be tuned down. And I will explain in a quick way through some gameplay footage of me taking on a control point level 3 with the Chatterbox first, then the M1A. Near the end of this video, I will cover what I believe can help fix this game, get rid of that burnout that even I am experiencing as of late, and what I expect from this game going forward. So first off, I go into this control point already fearful of the NPCs. I know getting at close range with that Chatterbox is going to be bad. I also have not been using assault rifles or submachine guns in a while now, since I'm so used to using the M1A. So I go into this and enjoy using the Chatterbox, or any SMG for that matter, but as you can see, I am trashed quickly because this weapon is just not powerful enough compared to what the M1A offers. And of course, because the NPCs are still dealing too much damage and not receiving enough of it. Now I know I should have stayed in cover more and approached this more carefully, but remember, I am comparing this to the way I would play based off the M1A, specifically more with the shield. So in this next one, I just use the M1A with the perfect focus talent and I slaughter the control point, leaving me with some terrible loot to grab up and deconstruct afterwards. Why this is important and why I will have more SMG and AR footage in the background is because this is a good reason why the M1A needs to be brought down a little bit. It is just too much compared to all the other weapons, and these other weapons need to be brought up to the level of the M1A or close to it. It also needs to be more in line with the rest of the rifles, so we can use all rifles and not only this classic M1A. Remember when the SOCOM M1A was best in slot in the Division 1? That was a great weapon. We instantly deconstruct it now, and amongst nearly all other weapons, and this is just not good for us, or our game. I mean, why use a custom P416? Why use a Chatterbox or Dark Winter? Why use any other rifle in the game? Well, there is no reason to at the current moment, besides how much you enjoy using the weapon, how it sounds, fires, recoils, and all that good stuff. Now don't get me wrong, I love being and feeling powerful in the Division 2, but there is a common misconception about metas and why they can destroy our game, and that's in 2 words: build diversity. We want to feel powerful, and the developers of our game seem to not want us to be, and go on a seemingly infinite rabbit hole with the loot system in the place at the moment. But with a meta, we lose our build diversity, especially with the all red DPS builds. Just think for a moment, if you didn't have the M1A with the Fox's Prayer knee pads, Contractor's gloves, and the Coyote mask, what DPS build would you run with? Now I know there are some of you that will have an answer for this, and I have a few as well, but do they really stack up against this build, this weapon? And this is mainly the reason why I believe the M1A nerf is necessary and will be good for the game in the long run, but my fear is mainly imposed on what will they do with the rest of the underwhelming weapons and gear. What I hope is that they will do some new amazing rework of our current gear. So next up, I did want to talk about the new exotic reconfigure system, and then some of my own perspective on why this game is in need of something bigger. So with the new rework of exotics and the ability to reconfigure them with new random rolls and the ability to raise level 30 exotic weapons and gear to level 40, we are for sure in for a treat. This is hopefully not the biggest reveal of the update, but most likely is, and I'm still very happy about this. For everyone still running the raid, this is no longer necessary for the Eagle Bear. Running the raid for God knows how many times, hoping the Eagle Bear will drop for you, or your now best friend in the world. And if you've been doing what I and many others have recommended, which was many days ago on a daily targeted loot video, deconstructing your exotics for what is now a double exotic component reward, 2 instead of 1, you'll finally be able to get that Eagle Bear if you have the level 31. Well, if you have 20 exotic components, you will be able to reroll this weapon 20 times until you are good with your now level 40, hopefully near God rolled or close to it, Eagle Bear. Or you can reroll it to level 40 And if you are in need of the Chatterbox, or Nemesis, or BTSU gloves that have grossly terrible core attribute rolls on them, you will be able to level those up to 40 as well, plus many more that were available before Title Update 8. Any and all exotics now re-rolling for level 40 and having RNGs on your side, you will end up with some amazing exotics, leaving you only to farm for the Lady Death, Bullet King, Bighorn, Acosta's Go Bag, Imperial Dynasty, Ninja Bike, Tardigrade Armor, and Coyote's Mask. And let's be real, most of you probably have the Coyote Mask and the Bullet King by now. This sounds like a lot, but with all the level 30 exotics you hopefully got before the Warlords of New York expansion, this really narrows down our grind. And for that, I am grateful the developers finally added this, known to be what should have been included with the Warlords of New York edition. On a side note, I have no idea why some of our beloved content creators actually had the balls to tell us to deconstruct or sell your level 30 exotics. This was going to be a feature they knew about, so shame on them for that. I knew this, and I am no star player by any stretch of the imagination. But in closing, either way, I am hopeful and excited for Title Update 9. We're all sitting around the house playing Division 2 all day long anyway, so this of course is going to be a more swift burnout than it normally would. I hope that more is to come from Title Update 9, and that they are working on something to make us feel more powerful coming sooner than later. We all really need it. The developers seem to either ignore or not address our concerns about this when the damage glitch rendered us all banned for a week and a 2-week rollback, where they seemingly attacked their own player base for really no good reason, and probably left the game in a PR nightmare that will last a good while. We used this glitch because it provided us a way to finally feel powerful. I personally first enjoyed it the most when I would only stack it once or twice. It actually made the game feel balanced, besides the insta-death from NPCs more so back then. But still, I was having a blast, and you know you were too. While all this recent news and events have left Massive looking ridiculous and unable to provide their community with a balanced game, I do truly hope they get back to their roots. Back when the ETF was a thing. Back when they actually listened to not only the YouTubers, but the community as a whole. Everyone from YouTube to Twitter to Reddit, all the way to private surveys of people that did not even post anything online, went to the ETF, and because of this, we got things like patch 1.4 all the way to patch 1.8. I would like to see this or something close to it happen again. While the world is having its share of global problems, I do not expect this to happen anytime soon, but they could be doing this from a distance learning type of way, creating an elite task force from a distance and getting some much needed information and testing done. And with a PTS to boot, we all would be in for one hell of a treat. And this game would succeed and be not only an amazing story, but more importantly, an amazing game to play again. The grind would be just so splendid again for this. I can only hope and pray for this, as the game is losing its spark and is in great need of some tender TLC. Anyway, thanks for watching, agents, and I will see you in the next Division 2 video. Agent Shadow, signing off.